What's up everybody, JS Top 10 here, welcoming you back to another video here today. This is my top 10 NBA players of all time. If you are new to the channel, liking and subscribing means a lot is going forward with more videos. Anyway, let's get into it. 10, Stephen Curry. Steph makes it into my top 10. Not only because he's the greatest shooter all the time, he's just an amazing, extraordinary player with great ball handling skills as well. I've been watching Curry for almost 10 years now, and I truly got to watch him evolve into the player he is today. From each ring to championship, Steph has honorable earned my respect with his high caliber performances on and off the court. My personal favorite game with Steph was back in the 2015 NBA Finals, as he carried his team to its first championship gold without Kevin Durant. And he even proved after Kevin leaving the Warriors that he could still win championship gold. He didn't need a super team to win it all. As Steph this past year has beaten the three-point scoring list, he will always go down as my top 10 player, unless he does something more significant to move him further down my list. But every time that man steps into the court, I admire him very much. One of my favorite accomplishments for Curry is he didn't invent the three-pointer, but as the poster child, he's leading the revolution and supersizing it. He has 38 games of 9 made threes or more, nobody else has 10. Allen played 1,300 career games to set his record as the NBA's most prolific shooter from deep. 9, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi is one of my most favorite current NBA players today. I've been observing Kawhi's career for a brief time, and he's an outstanding player, truly cares about winning. What I like the most about him is his game. He makes it look so easy of what he is capable of on the court, but in reality it's a lot harder than it looks. The moves are so simple and straight to the point. His emotions off the court really makes me wonder if that man feels anything at all. If I had one question for him, it would be, do you get nervous at all because you keep your emotions so intact? I find it very fascinating, and I would truly like to understand my personal series that I love the most with Kawhi was back in the 2019 NBA Eastern Conference Finals against Philly. When he took that game-winning shot to close the series, I never got so pumped over a live game performance ending besides back in 2016. And then him carrying the Toronto Raptors to their first title of gold completely earned it for me, as I enjoyed every bit of it. Those playoffs that year, Kawhi to me will go down as one of the best defensive players to ever touch basketball. One last thing I admire is his shot timing proficiency. Leonard's quantified shooter impact is 8.74, which ranks 8th out of 112 players who've taken at least 500 shots this season. 6 out of the 7 in front of him are all-stars. In other words, his effective field goal percentage is 8.74% higher than what the average player would have with those same shots. Magic Johnson was one of the best players in the league at his peak. Still, Magic's career is sometimes forgotten because of his teammates, and a career essentially shortened to 12 games because of his AIDS diagnosis. So many basketball fans, legends, believe that Lakers legend is among the greatest players in NBA history. This is one of the most biggest reasons why I like Magic Johnson, and why he truly made my top 10. Magic Johnson conquered the criticism of how a 6'9" talent should play. Magic's pass-first mindset and Hollywood flair couldn't be shackled to a back-to-the-basket forward. When he took off in transition, the court was his movie set, his classroom, his orchestra, his home. Like I said earlier, his passing skill were unoriginated, and that's what honestly made him so special. Magic will go down as one of, or if not the greatest point guard of all time. Magic was a member of the gold medal winning U.S. basketball team, known as the Dream Team, the year of 1992 Olympics. After learning he was HIV positive in 1991, Magic became a powerful voice for AIDS awareness. And him trying to own his mistakes and help others is truly inspiring, and definitely will have an impact on the NBA forever. In his 13 NBA seasons, Johnson conquered over 17,707 points, 19.5 PGT, 6, 500 rebounds, readings, 41, assists, 11.2, in addition to 1724 steals, good for 9th place on the all-time list. He also holds the top marks for most all-star game assists, the 127 and three-point baskets. Magic did not have a low points per game average. Magic's point per game was 19.5. This is higher than the point per game of the following outstanding point guards: John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas I, Steve Nash, Gary Payton, Chris Paul, Bob Cousy, and Tony Parker. Shaq is widely regarded as one of the most dominant players in NBA history. He emerged into the NBA like no other big man before throughout his 19 seasons in the league. Also in his first year won Rookie of the Year and MVP honors. O'Neal won 4 NBA titles and was named Finals MVP 3 times. My personal favorite game is when Shaq dropped 50 on his birthday. And there was an all-time great watching him at the game, so it motivated him to play his hardest even though in his mind he had different plans. Shaq is probably the most destructive force in NBA history, and he was absolutely unstoppable once he got into his prime. People bring up with that situation with Olajuwon and what he did against him. But Shaq was 22 years old. He was still young and barely touched his peak, but was still a freak of mass on the court, so nobody can bring him down for that moment. Or people would also say Yao Ming is better just because he dunked on Shaq. But to me, that's not true at all. Everyone has highs and lows, especially wanting to be the best. Besides, Shaq was not as big as he was while with the Lakers. He was fast and smooth back then with his time with the Magic. Shaq's ability to easily shift his way inside made him virtually and remarkably unstoppable, often drawing double and triple teams from opposing defense. What made Shaq even more remarkable and outstanding with his efficiency was his surprising agility and footwork for a player of his size. One of Shaq's biggest sparks is when he teamed up with the Mamba Kobe Bryant to become one of more and then likely the most destructive, unstoppable duo the NBA has ever seen. What inspires me about Shaq and even helps get me going is Shaq's famous quote, "The only person who can really motivate you is you." To end off this segment, what's your guys' top 10 NBA players, or even just list 5 down below of your favorite, and your list is different from my tell me why and which players you have above my or below my to best ability and opinion. As we get into 6, if you guys like what you see so far, leave every helps. 6, Allen Iverson, the crossover king over, never won a ring. Allen Iverson will go down into the Hall of Fame as one of the best ever to dribble a basketball. His moves on the court would leave defenders clueless. People may have called him short, but he was the perfect size for what he wanted to do on the court. The man was only 6 foot tall, and he was dunking on people like they were his lunch, jumping over the area with nasty crosses and dribbles, Euros to get to that rim. One of his most iconic performances is when he crossed over what so many call the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. That cross on Mike is what truly caught people's attention. I forgot to mention that Iverson was only in his rookie season back in 1996 when he pulled that off on Jordan. Whether it was his dribble packages that made him look like he had the ball on a string, his fashion sense that quite literally made the league implement a dress code, or the fire he played with every single game, despite usually being the smallest guy on the court, we have seen Iverson's influence remain all the way. 5, Dwayne Wade. Wade was a 64 explosive monster who can own the rim whenever he pleased. Wade won 2 more titles in Miami for 3 total, made 13 All-Star appearances, was named All-NBA 8 times, All-Defensive 3 times, led the gold medal winning Team USA in scoring at the 2008 Olympics, and became the Heat's all-time leader in points. 21,556. Assists 5,310. Steals 1,492 and games played 140. Wade utilized his athleticism and quickness and speed to get to the rim and finish better than any guard or forward playing today. His fearlessness allows him to get to the rim at will and without the thought that he could get injured if he puts his body on the line. It's a risky job, but someone has to do it. One of my personal greatest moments of Dwayne Wade was his retirement, the buzzer beater. Free to end his career was a way to go out. But my true GOAT moment for Wade is that nasty lob LeBron and the capturing of that picture on one of the greatest basketball pictures ever.
Another reason for Dwayne Wade taking this 5th position is when he formed, in my opinion, the best duo of all time. With him and LeBron James, they were a force of nature. With how driven these two are, they were destined for greatness. Okay, we are down to our top 5 players. This is where I think the debates will come into play, especially when we hit the top 3. But let's continue through leading into number 4. Alright, number 4, Michael Jordan. A lot of you are going to be questioning why I put Jordan here, and we'll get right into that. People recall Michael Jordan is the GOAT for a reason. For his hard work, dedication, and commitment to his excellence are unparalleled, and his success on the court is a testament to his character and leadership. Another reason for Michael Jordan's all-time greatness, and people consider him the GOAT, is his 3-time All-Star MVP, his 11-time All-Star game, his 10-time scoring champ, his 1 year of Defensive Player of the Year, his 3 times as a steals leader. To conclude my reasoning on why Michael Jordan is number 4 for me personally is because there's been speculations over the last 20-25 years whether or not the NBA back then has moved the 3-point line further up for him to make his shots. And that to me bumps him down a few notches, that's for sure. But personally, Michael Jordan will be one of the greatest players of all time. Nobody will ever come close to Jordan, and I don't think anyone will ever do what Jordan has ever done. Number 3, Kobe Bryant. The Black Mamba himself has earned his reputation for the number 3 spot in my opinion. Kobe Bryant is one of the best basketball players I've ever seen touch the floor. What was so inspiring to me about Kobe Bryant was his movement that he created called the Black Mamba mentality. It keeps you motivated, driven to achieve success, and that's what I love about most about Kobe. And my favorite move for Kobe is his fade. It is so prolific, it is so persistent, and to nail it, it's yours. What truly earned Kobe's number 3 spot is when he had opportunity to take the torch from the so-called greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, and he did it in fashion. And I will never forget Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan's relationship. Rest in peace to the man. He will always be in my top 3. Number 2, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon makes it into my number 2 spot because he was an absolute monster as power forward and center. His footwork was impeccable. I have never seen a power forward or center with such amazing footwork. He even had his own move called the Dream Shake. Hakeem Olajuwon will count as my second favorite player of all time, not only for his footwork, but for his ultimate team. He loved being able to pass for his target well, and loved seeing his teammates succeed just as much as he did. He is known for being the number 1 blocker of all time. He has the most blocks in NBA history, and he's 10th with steals. And you add that package with a dream, shake, and a fade, or a spin to the net, he'll eat you all day. My personal favorite pick of the video, number 1, LeBron James. LeBron James to me will be forever GOAT. And I will explain that like this. The reason why LeBron is at my number 1 position is because he's always been a pass first guy. His teammates were always his number 1 priority for himself. He always wanted his teammates to succeed just as much as him. What clarified LeBron James in my eyes as the greatest of all time was back in the 2016 NBA Finals with that block on Andre Iguodala to save the series, to call the series against the 73-9 State Warriors. What truly aggravates me and what people don't understand is that LeBron just beat the scoring record. That to me puts him well above Jordan, and he's still going into his 21st first season and he still wants another chip on his shoulder. What does that tell you? His longevity is unmatched. On the list, he's the father of the time, people say. LeBron also isn't giving these all-time teammates in the beginning of his career. He had to fight and claw through garbage teams just to make his way to a decent one, or even just for his own team to get a good team around him, to surround him for a championship. But no one can do that. But Michael Jordan, we got Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, and he had them basically throughout his whole career. I can't imagine if LeBron were to have something like that in his corner. These were my top 10 NBA players. If you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. If you guys do notice a voice change throughout the video, it is because I am now using my actual voice in these videos. To conclude this video, just note that these are all based off of opinion. I know everyone has their own opinion, and if you have your own